How long has it been since I uploaded last time? Let me check real quick. Oh god, I've got like 5 more days till a month. Okay, so, devlog 2, huh? Last time we left off with no actual enemy to fight, so the game doesn't actually have any gameplay yet. Let's solve that. So the first thing I did is draw a sprite for an enemy tank, then I started programming it to shoot units, and then after it worked I made it look nice, and then I got an idea for a more modular system for the enemy shooting script, and then I proceeded to rewrite the enemy shooting script and bullet script, so I didn't always have to find the projectile prefab to set the particle effects and the sound effects and the damage and prefabs, and then that worked. But then I also had to rewrite the unit shooting and bullet shooting scripts, and now it has been like 3 days of doing this and only this, and I hate it and it's boring. But on the bright side, everything works just like it did 3 days ago. Now it's just a bit easier for me. Ooh, and there's also camera shake, so that's neat. Also, if you're enjoying the video so far, you could like and subscribe, that'd be neat. Yeah, I know the video just started, but most people don't watch past the 2-minute mark. Also comment, share, bell thing, who cares, back to the video. Now that that's over it, I made some new enemies, and I could actually finally make an enemy spawner. But how am I gonna do this? After some thinking about the solution, I came up with this. There are going to be multiple spawn locations for enemies around the map. Let's say maybe like up to 4 or 5-ish. Every time a new wave starts, the spawner will pick a random start location or random multiple locations at which progressively stronger enemy groups will spawn. When they do, they will start going towards their setup locations, where each unit will detach from the group and go to the closest fighting position for its type. Simple enough, right? Well, yes, but actually no. You see, if there is one thing I hate the most about game development in Unity, it's rotating things with code. I don't know why, but it's almost like whenever I see a quaternion, I forget everything I ever learned about programming in Unity. Like here, for example, this guy rotated to the correct fighting position, so now he has to start going towards it. We can check his rotation, and if he did actually rotate the right way, he should start heading towards it. But this is where my stupidity kicks in. For some reason, I could not find a way to compare angles to save my life, despite the fact that I did the same thing for the tank like a month ago, with no problems. So that night, I went to bed frustrated, and when I woke up the next day, I realized, hey, I'm an idiot. I did this before and it's not even complicated. I have no idea why, but this just made me irrationally angry. Okay, so that works now and it's all good. I made animations for the artillery gun that I'm really proud of. They now shoot the harbor and you can lose health, which you can see on this nifty health bar I added up here. And when you run out, nothing happens yet. When it runs out, you should lose the game, but there is still kind of no game to lose, so I'll focus on the game first. Now I can make enemy groups en masse, and it's easy. Okay, it's time to set up the spawning in waves. But that's not hard, right? All I need to do is put the enemy groups into an object array, make another starting position and add it and the old one into a transform array, and then I need a bool for if I want multiple starting locations, add a wave counter, start a new wave if all enemies are destroyed, add some randomness here and there, and it should all work perfectly. I need to add some more timers and flesh out the functionality for the multiple wave thing, but I can do that later. Let's see if this works. It should all be fine. Oh my... Okay, I'll spare you the details, but basically there was a vector2.forward or something like that that rotated the group on the y-axis, and in 2D you generally rotate everything on the z-axis. Not only that, but they are not going to the closest positions at all, but all the way to the other place. Luckily enough, that was an easy fix. The rotation was too, but I didn't really understand the instantiate function too well, so it took me some time, but now it all works great. One other thing I needed to fix was that the units just go to the closest positions, which are sometimes really bad. So I added a priority modifier to the fighting positions, so the units will prioritize the most important positions. Okay, I finally have some form of gameplay. Currently, a new wave starts as soon as there are no enemies on the map, which will change by the way. While I was playing the limited amount of game I currently have, I noticed that the fast-paced gameplay with the enemies spawning really quickly is kind of fun. I've decided that I'm gonna embrace that fast-paced gameplay. With little room to breathe, the player will have to make a lot of decisions in a short time. The only problem right now is that, well, there are very little decisions that the player can make, and the game quickly becomes impossible because, well, the player can only produce one unit at the moment. To solve this, I came up with a revolutionary idea. A tech tree. Never seen before, this puppy will allow the player to advance their technological might. My very original idea that has never been used in games such as Civilization 6 or Hearts of Iron 4 would work how it would work if it hypothetically was in those games, but faster paced. On a side note, I hate editing these parts of videos about ideas because I have no footage to place in the background because of just stuff I didn't do yet. Okay, so let's actually do something then. I'm gonna finish this with some tweaks and small updates. First of all, I need to add some timers, so I'll add some UI for those. I don't really like it, maybe I'll change it later, who cares. Now I'll add a counter and some nifty code later. It works. First try, baby. Programming is easy. Also, the backup system. So, if there are no artillery units, but there are still enemies on the field, then spawn more artillery units at random starting positions. That's about it for that. That's about it for this devlog. I hope I get this done on time. This random guy said that I will blow up, so prove him right. Get on it, people, come on, chop chop. But all jokes aside, thank you for your time. Also, if you did get to this part of the video, maybe you have some ideas for the name of the game or any ideas for the game, do leave them in the comment section. I'm thinking about calling the game Supply Chain. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, that's about it. Goodbye.